It's your time to renew, rebuild, and restore with Rebirth Podcast. Let's go!
It's what you've been waiting for. The Rebirth with your host, Shay Marriott and Eli Isabel.
Happy New Year. Welcome to the Rebirth.
Yes.
We are back.
We are back. Happy New Year, everybody.
2024 is, oh my Lord.
We here. Wow.
Yeah, man.
What's up, Rebirth family? What's up, Philly Jams? It's your boy Shane and Eli. Rebirth is in the building.
We are back, y'all. We are excited to be
Yes.
back with you. Even though I did see you a little bit over the break, I missed you, E.
No doubt, I miss you too, man. You know what? The weird part is we live so close to each other, and we really don't see each other until we got to meet up for something or come here for work. So
that's true.
It's all good, man.
It's all good.
How is 2024 treating you so far?
You know what? I'm going to stay positive in this moment, but I really feel that it is going to be a growing season.
Yes.
And when I say that, I mean it's going to challenge, because I'm already experiencing it. It's going to challenge me to push, to grow, and to step outside of my comfort zone.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to it. But I already feel the effects of it.
Okay. Okay.
Because growing doesn't mean that it's always going to feel good.
Right. Absolutely.
Growing actually becomes very uncomfortable, but it's necessary.
Absolutely.
Right? So how was your 2024 so far?
Man, so far so good. I'm gonna, we'll weekend or so. So I'm not. Listen, I've learned at this stage in my life, I just don't complain. I try not to, because I always think about there's somebody always doing worse.
Right.
And I'm blessed. My family is blessed, so I'm cool, man. Like I'm one day at a time. I'm damn near 1 minute at a time. Like I don't try to get ahead of myself.
Yeah.
I take every day, every second, every minute for what it is, and I keep it pushing, man.
Yeah.
So that's my mindset this year. We know we're gonna take it one minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time, and let God do what He does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have a great show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about renewing, rebuilding, and restoring in 2024. Renewing, rebuilding, and restoring. And I really challenge you to think about, when we talk about what it means to renew, what it means to rebuild, and what it means to restore. Why don't you think about what does that mean to you?
Right.
And maybe even write it down somewhere, because the information we are going to give and we're going to share can actually really set you up to have a successful 2024.
Absolutely. Yes.
So this is the first show of the year, and we are excited, and we have made some changes.
Yes.
And I'm so excited about this next segment coming up. Yeah. You wanna tell everybody about it?
Yes. It's your boy. I carry the moniker because in my mind, I carry the entire South on my back.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Not just my little old town and my little state, but I carry the whole South. But listen, we're gonna jump out here this year with a whole lot of what the South has to say, and so we're gonna get into that segment this year. All right. The South got something to say. So I want to talk about, this is a great time to talk about this topic right here, because we're coming into the new year. It is 2024. And I want to talk about something that's been on my mind off and on, because I'm around a lot of people that are innovative. They're entrepreneurs. They are, they're moving forward. They don't have a desire to ever work for anybody. But let me speak to this subject right here. Let's talk about employee shaming. Employee shaming. I think now, I know a lot of entrepreneurs. I am in the room with some people who have their own businesses, people who are doing great things. And I also know people who are doing these great things that look down upon people who work for other people.
Oh, wow.
So here's one thing about, especially Black entrepreneurs. I love y'all. Keep doing what you do. Somebody has to work for the entrepreneur. So if we are out here employee shaming, then how are you going to have people? You need employees
Right.
for your business.
Right.
You may not have them initially, but as your business grows, you're going to need employees. Why are we, and I hear this in my community a lot, why are we, oh, you work for somebody? Like, why are we, first of all, it's an issue if you don't have a job. That's a problem.
Right.
Oh, you ain't got no job. Now you got a job and it's not your own company or
Right.
you're not signing the checks. That's a problem. Like, where does it end? Like, let's in 2024, continue to be entrepreneurs and continue to tell people when you are an entrepreneur, don't forget to leave out your struggle. I saw a young
How
lady.
about that?
I saw a young lady on TV that she was working. She had a 6-figure job. She was doing well, but she did not want to work for that company. She wanted to start her own business. Cool, great. She gave up her 6-figure job. She gave up her little condo downtown, overlooking the water. She had to move back in with her parents. And here she is 2 years later, and she said, through her own business, she's only made about 10 grand in 2 years. And that's the
Yeah.
part. Listen, I promise you, please go and be great and start your own business. But we also have to give people the 360-degree picture of what that
Right.
looks like.
Right.
And everybody's not in a position to like just put their livelihood on hold to go after a dream because you think this is 50-50.
Yeah.
It may or may not happen for you. And if you have bills and if you have a family, let's not shame people for doing what they have to do to make ends meet. Because no one's mad at you for jumping out there and you earning 10 grand over 2 years. Nobody's calling you dumb or a sucker. You're chasing your dream. And that's okay.
Yeah.
So in 2024, please, let's stop employee shaming.
That's good.
And the South, that's all the South got to say
All
on this
right.
subject.
All right. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
We might need to do a show surrounding that.
We do.
Yeah, definitely. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. All right, y'all. So are y'all ready to get into the renew, the rebuild, and the restore in 2024?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go. So when you think about, well, first of all, I want you guys to understand you're going to be hearing that more often in the show because that is actually part of Rebirth, and that is what we do. That is what we're here for, and so you're going to hear Eli and I talk about renewing and rebuilding and restoring, moving forward, and very often. So when you talk about renew, right? What comes to mind for you?
I think about closing or coming to terms with old wounds or things that have held you back, because you're not going to be able to renew, rebuild, or restore until you're able to put to bed, no matter if that's via therapy, if that's via a conversation with the people or the person who you felt like held you back or put you in a bad spot. I think, some people say just move forward, but sometimes we have to close old wounds in order to move forward. So for me, renewing means closing old wounds or removing things from your life that have held you back in order to become the new person and to go on the new mission that you are seeking.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
For me, yes.
Yeah. So we did a poll and we asked the question, what are you renewing in 2024? And according to the poll, at least 40% said they are renewing their minds, their mindset. 40% says they are renewing their mind and their mindset. And the other 60% said they are renewing relationships. So that's interesting.
That is interesting.
That they're renewing relationships. When I think about renew, I do think about renewing how you see things, your perspective of how you see yourself, your perspective of how you see others, your perspective of how you see a situation. And also making sure that with that perspective, like you said earlier, you were like, I'm trying to be positive, right? But looking at things in a positive mindset. It's very easy to look at things negative. That's the first thing that comes,
It's human nature.
It's human nature, right? Yeah. But to be able to train your mind and train yourself to identify what is the positive in this situation. Because in every situation, I don't care how bad it
Absolutely.
is, there is a positive,
Absolutely.
right? You might have to dig a little deep, move some things
some stuff
over
around.
in order to find that, but
It's there.
It is.
Yeah.
So, do you know any negative people, like people that are always negative? They could wake up, be like, "How you doing?" "Oh, well, today is raining today, so I don't think my day's gonna be good."
Oh, it's cold outside. Well, it's December.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I think we all know those people, and I think we have to handle them accordingly because that negativity will definitely seep into your psyche, and now you're negative.
Right.
There are people who are, what trained is not the right word, but there are the people who are conditioned to only see the bad in every single thing.
Absolutely. And why do you think that is?
I think with everything in life, I think all things are learned behavior. It's either learned or it comes from an experience, some kind of experience you've had, and you just don't see any hope in anything positive. If you've grown up in a house full of negative people and no one can ever,
Right.
we've been poor for 30 years, we've lived in the projects, well, no one's ever done anything good. Then it's pretty hard for you to have a different outlook.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm gonna say learned behavior. So I know those people. And you know what, Shay, even in the, like we were saying, there's positivity in everything. There's even positivity in those people we know that are negative. Because with those people, it reminds me of my blessings and not to be that way.
Right.
Because those people are able to see, okay, this isn't going well, but you're alive. You're not sick. You're healthy.
Right.
Your kids are fine. Like, there's always a way to find something good in everything. And those people have the inability to do that.
Yeah, for sure. And I also find that a lot of times, not all, they don't want to change. Like, although they're unhappy, they're comfortable in being unhappy. They're comfortable in functioning in their dysfunction. Right? So over the break, I don't know what it was that I was watching. I can't even remember what it was, but they said the conversation was about speaking into others' lives. And one of the people, I think it was another podcast, and they said, you need to get permission to speak into people's life. That don't just take it, just don't think that people want you to say those things to them and be positive. You should ask permission.
Wow.
Can I speak into your life? And I was like, wow.
That's deep.
That's interesting that you gotta ask permission to say something positive or empower someone, right? So, it's very interesting. When I heard that, I was just like, wow, okay. And it was a reminder for myself, right? Because sometimes I'm trying to uplift people and trying to encourage them and empower them. They might not want all of that,
Well, they're not there yet.
They're not
where they're
there
able
yet.
to receive it, so they don't. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So,
Wow.
So let me know if I need to ask, do I need to speak in, permission to speak into your life? Just like, you know what? Yeah, you got it. Or nah, you don't.
That's really deep, but there's a lot of sense to that.
Yeah.
There, that makes a lot of sense. Everybody isn't ready for what they need to hear or to be encouraged about what they need to do. And we have to meet people where they are and move them along at their pace sometimes. Because I think we try to move people along at our pace and where we are, because we are feeling good about our life and what we're doing.
Right.
And it doesn't work that way.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So when we talk about rebuilding, right? Rebuilding. And we did a poll question for that as well, but we haven't received the results. We'll have that for the next show. That is going to be going out as well. So next Monday, you guys will have the results of the poll question of what are you rebuilding in 2024? Rebuilding. What are you rebuilding?
Well, I don't know if I'm rebuilding, but I'm going to build it.
Okay.
Well, I can say rebuild because at one point in time, I definitely want to explore and you guys are probably gonna laugh because you think I'm joking around all the time, but I'm definitely I want to rebuild my connection with God.
Yes, friend. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm a believer. Don't get that part
Yes.
twisted.
All right.
But here's the thing for me. I need to figure out if I do want to participate. I do have the desire to participate in organized religion because I did that growing up. But I am kind of in between, and here's another moment you guys may chuckle. I'm kind of in between like Islam and Christianity.
Really?
Low key. So a year or so ago, maybe not even, we had the young guy in here that was filling in for Tosh. And I had purchased the Quran, and we were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So this young dude gave me this book. It says 1,001 things you need to know about Islam before converting. I don't know if anybody remember him. I can't even remember his name. The tall young boy that comes in here every once in a while. Very nice, soft-spoken, tall young dude. What's his name? Anyway, Rico. Yes. Just so happened I was talking about that and he gave me that book, and I've been reading that book throughout the year. And there's just so many things I don't know if I'm fascinated by Islam or if I really want to be a Muslim. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure that part out. That's something I'm gonna figure out this year.
Yeah, please research and figure it out. Let me know.
I'm
if
working
I
on
need
it.
to-
Yeah. So if I come in here with the kufi on,
So, but here's
No
the
funny
thing.
business.
Here's the thing, though. I feel that you can take the principles of different religions and make it work for you.
Right.
So you may like some of the principles of Islam, but maybe you do believe in Jesus.
that's all I've known.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're able to make that what does that mean to you, right? Now, if you come to my house, so I went to 2013, I spent some time in Thailand. Okay. And Thailand, of course, they have the practice of Buddhism,
Right.
right? And then the other high religion there will be Islam. Christianity is the lowest
The least
amount, the least.
practice.
Yeah. So, first of all, the temples were absolutely gorgeous. When you go to visit the real big temples, but I like the principles of Buddhism, but I don't practice Buddhism, right? Now, if you were to come in my home, you would see
I was getting ready to say.
you would see like statues of Buddha, right? Or a picture or whatever. You may see some sayings, but it's principles, because really it's a principle. It's really not a religion. We look
Right.
at it as a religion, but it really isn't. So I believe in Jesus, but I like the principles that Buddhism offer. I like the peace about Buddhism.
Right.
I like the discipline about Buddhism. You know what I'm saying? I like the less is more about Buddhism. Even how the monks live.
And sort of like
There.
what Jesus was about.
Right.
Less
right.
is more.
Right.
We're
Less
so
is
twisted
more.
out here. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
Not to
yeah.
cut you off.
So yeah, I mean, like, congratulations, figure that out for yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't have to conform to any particular religion. The only thing that's important is the relationship that you form with God.
Absolutely.
That's what's important.
And that's been how I normally have moved, because I haven't been a part of an organized church in many years. However, I just feel like that I need, whether it's within a church building or a mosque or wherever, I just need to strengthen that connection.
Yeah.
And so I'm just kind of figuring out for myself. Now I know I grew up down south, so there's gonna be hella pushback on trying to get everybody to convert to Islam. So I know that's not gonna happen. However, we all have to do what we have to do for ourselves.
Absolutely.
So
it's
that's-
about your walk.
Yes. So
It's about
I
your walk.
am, I believe in the whole white Jesus. We had him up on the house on the wall, a picture of this white man in my house. Growing up, I think most black folk did. You had the picture of the Last Supper with the white man in the middle. You all recognize him as Jesus, because that's what we were taught. I know that picture is way bigger than that. I know that the picture is way bigger than that picture.
Yeah.
So
For
yeah,
sure.
we gonna figure it out.
Off topic, but still on topic. I am actually looking forward to watching this new movie, Clarence.
Yeah.
right? It's like
The boy, the one black kid. He's playing Jesus, right?
Yeah. So, and it has a comedic, flair to it. So I'm really looking forward to watching that.
Is that on Netflix or the
It's
movies?
not out yet. I think it's coming in the movies. I think it comes
know what
out
you're talking
January
about.
12th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I
Clarence.
think about rebuilding, right. When I think about rebuilding, I actually went through a period, and this is how Renew, Rebuild, Restore became part of Rebirth brand. When I went through my own transition from being married for all those years and then now transitioning to being a single woman, there were a lot of things that I was like, I gotta rebuild. I have to learn how to create my own happiness. So for me, rebuilding was a process of identifying my own happiness and taking my life back. Taking charge of my life, because sometimes we, especially in relationships, in marriages, I'm gonna say I think more women experience this than men, but we lose our identity in our relationships.
I agree with
right? And we are no longer who we are, but we're his wife and their mother, right? And not saying that is a bad thing to be, because all of those things are wonderful, but you also have to still be able to preserve your identity in those relationships, right? And a lot of us grew up with the mindset of, for women, that we go to high school, we finish school, we go to college, and we find a good man, we get married, we get the house, we have children, right? And we serve our families. So in between of going to college and getting a degree, it left out the whole career, workforce, and all of that. I went to college, got a degree, and now I'm supposed to get married and do all of these things, right?
Right.
So my point is, we lose our identity. Our happiness is based off of the temperature of that relationship. What's going on in that relationship, what's happening with our kids, what's happening with, our husbands. And a lot of times the woman is left not as happy.
Right.
But everybody else around her is happy, right? Okay. Now being single, and at that time being single and trying to understand, what does happiness mean to me? Because I'm brought up thinking that having a husband and children is what happiness is. But what is it when you're single and you have children? What does that look like? So that whole journey of rebuilding my life, man, it taught me so much, and it made me realize that everything that I was looking for in relationships, I already had in me, in myself, And like you were talking about your walk with God, that is when I started to create a tighter relationship with God, because I know it was only God that brought me through what I needed to go through in order to become the woman that I am right now.
Right.
So, what is it that you guys are rebuilding in your life? What is it that you need to rebuild in your life? What is that thing that you complained about in 2023 and 2022 and 2021 that you still never fixed? What is that thing? What is that moment for you that you need to rebuild? Stop looking at everybody else and what everybody else is doing on social media, because social media will have you somewhere rocking in a corner depressed.
Right.
Right? Because you're not keeping up. You don't have to. What is your journey? What is your true self? Who are you?
Right.
Who are you?
I'm so glad that I'm the age I am, and I'm not my kids' age, and having to deal with this monster called social media.
Yeah.
Or even I even take you down further. I'm glad I'm not 35. and dealing with social media, because I think the younger people are, the more they're caught up into and attach themselves to that whole world, and their thoughts, how they move, what they do, where they live, what they drive, is all based upon what they see on, not everybody of course, but based upon what they see other people doing, and not realizing, social media for me is like wrestling. Like, we watch it, it's entertaining, but we know it's fake.
Yeah.
But we buy all the way in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We do.
So listen, social media is a WWE on steroids. So I'm glad that, and I'm glad that I'm able to talk to my children about this monster, because there are a lot of people that are not. Their kids are buying completely into everything that they read, and I ain't gonna read. Kids don't even read no more. That they see on and hear on social media. So, what a time not to be a young person. Hallelujah.
I agree. And
Hallelujah.
I think that it is so important that if you do have children, young children, that you have these conversations with them.
Yep.
Right? Because we wouldn't want to be kids during this time, but we do have children. You know, and unfortunately, a lot of us, we can't protect them from what social media is going to do.
Or we can, but we're so busy with social media that we don't have time to see what they have going on, because we're caught up.
Yeah.
Look how many old people. I just had a little self-disclosure. I just read a post from one of my family members the other day. This is a 60-year-old individual on social media explaining or trying to dispel a rumor of what people are saying about her. And I read it and I was just like,
wow.
Why do you at 60 plus?
Oh, wow.
60. Why do you feel a need to address anything on social media? People are gonna believe what they gonna believe anyway. You go listen. Cat Williams just had the interview of the year, but granted, we only a weekend.
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show.
Woo!
But my point is all of these people are now responding. The comedians, and I guess if people talking dirt on your name, but
he did exactly what he needed to do to get the response and to make him what it is now. Everybody's talking about Cat Williams.
He's broke the internet right now.
Everybody's talking about Cat Williams.
But if you know what Cat said isn't true about you, why you care? Why do you feel the need to respond? Who cares? Now, that interview was entertaining. It was hilarious. Or is there do I believe there's some truth there? Absolutely.
Somebody said, when I saw Cat Williams start rubbing his knees and take a drink of that brown liquor, he was like, I
It's
knew
going
it was
down.
about to be on.
That interview was hilarious.
It was.
But if I know what Cat is specifically saying about me stealing a joke, or me doing somebody dirty at a cup, if I know I didn't do that, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. So my point, I say all to say, just certain things we shouldn't be doing. Social media has had some people, they are drunk off of that little bit of power they're able to garnish from that. And let's not feed into that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next one, the last one is restore. Restore. We have renew, we have rebuild, and we have restore. What are you restoring in 2024? What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
You know what? I'm figuring it out. So you know how we come into the new year with our vision boards and our resolutions.
Right.
I think that part is going to be an ongoing thing for me, because for me personally, I have to know if it's worth trying to restore. Some things should just be left alone.
Gotcha.
So as things present themselves to me, as I go along as I live minute by minute, day by day, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, then I will assess what that is for me, and if it's worth my energy, and if I want to take on the negativity that may come with that. So it's gonna be a case by case, day by day thing for me. So I'm not sure yet, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that for myself, restoring the relationship that I have with myself nurturing that, restoring my spirit, my soul, reconnecting to me. And I'm going to tell you why this is so important. And when I say this, you probably will be able to identify because of what you do as well. We're change agents, right? So our job is to be able to change or give guidance to help someone change in a positive way the trajectory of their lives. Right? As therapists, we take in so much. We take in a lot of information. We take in the good, we take in the bad, we take in the ugly, we take in the emotions, whether it's happiness, crying, whatever. We take all of that in. And if you are if you're working full-time being a therapist, you are seeing several clients a day, 5 days a week. Some of us see clients on the weekends, right? Don't you think that does something to your spirit? You have to really stay connected to yourself, or you will lose yourself in a lot of people's situations and problems and all of that. Now, don't get me wrong. I love what I do. I know I'm walking in my purpose. I know I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. But there are times where I do need to restore me. And that may look like just having some alone time. You know, like right now, I've been taking time to really be more connected to the word and reading scriptures and breaking down scriptures and understanding what does that scripture mean to me.
Right.
That is how I'm restoring, taking that time to, hey, go ahead and get a massage. Go, because that's something I love to do. And not only does it help me mentally, but it also helps me physically.
Right.
You know, because the sister's getting older.
It affects you everywhere. Yeah.
It affects me everywhere. But just having that peace, you know, I love sitting outside in my backyard. Now, I'm struggling because it's cold out. And I'm so waiting for, you know,
Spring.
the weather to start, you know, coming through. But I love having that time. I'm restoring me. And the more that I restore, the better woman I'm going to be, the better friend I'm going to be, the better therapist, the better wife, all of that, you know? So when we talk about restoring, what are you restoring in 2024? What does that look like?
And let me say this to you and to all therapists, counselors, mental health advocates, anybody who's dealing with people and other people's issues and trying to help them work through them all day. One thing I learned and I began to practice in 2023 was I felt like if I didn't care as much or more than the people I was working with, I wasn't being a good helper. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I realized I can't. It's self-defeating for me to care more about their issues than they do.
Right.
And I used to think if I did, then I'm not doing my job adequately. I'm not being the best I can be for these people. So I stopped that last year, and that has helped me tremendously. I cannot care more about your issue than you do.
Yep.
This is your issue that we are working on.
Friend, I second that. And I will have to say that my tolerance won't even allow me anymore. I don't know what it is, but my tolerance is very short. Ooh, I can go in on this court. My tolerance is very short when it comes down to that. Because if you don't see your greatness, if you don't see your possibilities, if you don't see your potential, then I don't care what it is that I see in you. It don't matter.
Right.
And I can't love you into seeing your potential. I can't love you into seeing, you know, the next thing that God has for you. I can't do that for you. You have to do that for yourself.
I agree.
So
it's frustrating.
It's very frustrating, especially with people that you really care about and people that you know are either very talented or, you know, they talk about wanting these things. They talk about how they want to grow, but the moment you give them to do it,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen. Right? And this could be relationships. This could be people that you work with. This could be
Right.
friends, family. You know, if you pushing them more than they willing to be pushed, you might want to make a different decision.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
And it's not
absolutely.
giving up on them. It's not giving up on them, but you can't want something more for someone than they want for themselves.
Or the people who complain about the same thing, but we've given you the solution. You know what you should do, but you would not make that jump.
Right. Right.
You won't do it, and I have people, that's been in my family that's been that way. Like, you see that this is not right, but
Yeah.
yet you still stay there. But you can't stay there, know it's wrong, and still want to complain about it. Either you gotta suck this up, Buttercup,
Yep.
and this is gonna be your life, or bust a
Absolutely.
move. Like, nobody want to hear that anymore.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah. Yeah, guys. So listen, that's it. Renew, rebuild, and restore. We are not playing with y'all in 2024, okay? We are here. We are going to be empowering. We're going to have these conversations. You know, listen, I want to say that 2023 was such a great year for rebirth. When I tell you God had showed up and showed out, we ended the year with having an awesome rebirth live.
Yes, we did.
And that was our 4th rebirth. And it was an awesome experience. Everybody is still talking about it. And the biggest question that I've gotten so far is, hey, when is the next one? When is the next one? So 2023 has set us up to prepare for the greatness that 2024 is going to bring. You guys understand that? Like, we are ready. We are not taking, we're not taking any, oh, I can't make this happen. Oh, no excuses in 2024. That has to go out the door now.
Right.
Right? It's time to level up. So whatever it is that you guys say you wanted to do and achieve this year, continue to listen to us here, because we got your back on Rebirth.
Amen.
Right?
That's right.
We're going to make this thing happen.
2024 is a year for you to make all the changes you need to make and to reach all the goals you have said you wanted to reach. So let's go, man. We're gonna be here to push you emotionally, mentally, spiritually.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our part, and you're gonna see our greatness too, so you know we're not just talking.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna brag about it in a positive way.
I know that's
These great
right,
things
Fred.
happen, so you know that these things
know
are
that's
possible.
right.
Not
Yes.
because we trying to put it in your face, but you know these things are possible.
Yes.
So just know that
Definitely.
we're coming.
We are coming.
Yes.
And guys, just make sure that you are following us, because this is also a good way to keep up with what is going on. We are doing some amazing things outside of the podcast. We are in the community. We are working with people. We are starting classes and workshops. And yes, we are going to have another Rebirth live. And I will not tell you the date yet, but it is coming. So in order to make sure that you are aware of everything that is going on with Rebirth, make sure you follow us at Rebirth U, the letter U, podcast on all platforms. And also, Eli, you got to put your tag out there, because
Listen.
the South got something to say.
Listen, man. This is I'm jumping all the way out there this year.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna still be me, but I want to also give you some meaningful content, some meaningful things that mean something to me, and I hope that eventually will mean something to you. So you may also follow me on Instagram. So I have another page. I have my personal page, but I do have another page now, and it is The South Got Something to Say. That is THE. This is real country. THESOUFGOTSUMTHINTOSAY. I know that's a lot, but check it out. The South Got Something to Say, man. Look me up. You'll see me posting on Rebirth. We're going to be here. You'll be able to find me. My profile picture is a microphone. That's me. Holla at your boy, man. The South got something to say.
I'm so excited for you.
Yes,
I
let's
really
go.
am. This is going to be a a year of conquering dreams and moving out of these comfort zones that we place ourselves in, because God has so much more for us. There's greater there. So I'm very, very excited about this. Listen, text the word rebirth if you want to stay connected. We are also going to be doing special events for people that are on this list. So text the word rebirth to 1-844-516-7189. And also right now, make sure that you are following. Click the link to follow us. Okay? Be part of the Rebirth family. So if you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. All right? Subscribe and share. We are doing a movement for Rebirth in 2024.
Absolutely.
You got anything else?
No, man. Listen, tune in every Monday. We're here at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We know we have people who live in other areas of the country, so we are Eastern Standard Time. Tune in every Monday. Shay and I will be here, man, just bringing you the real conversation, real people, renew, rebuild, restore. Did I say that right?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm trying to get that in my sight.
Yes, you did.
And that's all I got, friend.
And listen, next week, we are going to be talking about... This is going to be interesting. We might get some people mad at us. But you can't want what you're not openly prepared for. Ooh. All right? That's going to be next week's topic. So make sure you tune in. It's your time to renew, rebuild, and restore. Renew your perspective and your mind, embracing the power of positive thinking. Rebuild your life by taking charge of your own happiness, crafting a journey that resonates with your true self. Restore your spirit and soul by connecting with the core of your being, nurturing the essence that make you uniquely alive. In this trifecta of transformation, you can find the strength to shape a life that radiates with renewed purpose, rebuilt joy, and restored sense of inner harmony. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and until next week,
peace.
Peace.